What is up, you guys? It is your boy Keep It Real. I'm gonna keep this video very short today, guys, because a lot of you probably have heard this information, but if you have not, Insomniac just got into one of the biggest leaks in gaming, period. If you guys know, GTA 6 also got leaked not too long ago, and there was plenty of details about who we were gonna be playing as, their relationship, some story aspects, a lot of their, pre-alpha footage of the testing, just all that content that we're not supposed to see before we make a judgment about a game. A game is not complete until the company completely stops supporting it. Let's get that clear. Until the game does not get completely updated, it is not complete. Even though I loved Baldur's Gate, there was an update. So did I get a complete copy when I first purchased the game? In a sense that the story was there, yes, but in updates, no. So they leaked all this information about future Spider-Man games and Wolverine. You guys saw the trailer last year at the PlayStation Showcase. Wolverine is going to be a PlayStation exclusive, and it's coming soon. But to get all this information leaked out, it's not just gaming information, it's personal information about employees that work there. And I feel terrible for them. Right leading up to Christmas, and you got to worry about your job security. That is absurd. And any company that is capable of, any gang of people that is capable of causing that much damage to another human deserve to get prison time. Don't go for a company like Insomniac that is providing quality games. If you're gonna go for any type of company, go for a company that has corporate greed and consistently produces the same exact product every single year just to take everybody's money. Now, I'm not going to drop any names because I don't support any type of hacking because it's absurd and it's very easy to do. Person to person. These people have a skill that people like me and you don't have to get sensitive information from a multi-million-dollar corporation. Almost billion-dollar corporation, as a matter of fact. Not just the studio, Sony itself. These people have a great skill, and this is what they use it for. Not for anything productive, not for anything good, but to put a company in harm's way and make people like me and you have to wait for quality games. This is absurd, and this has become a phenomenon. I've always liked kind of leaks, little image drops. But this is on another level. 1.3 million files, 1.67 terabytes of information. You guys have lost it. So let's read it a little bit on VentureBeat. I'm not going to go every single tab, but I'm going to post it in the description because all of them kind of go around the same thing. So let's read it from VentureBeat. Insomniac Games has suffered a major leak of its internal data, with details of its game slate and gameplay of its upcoming Wolverine game released by hackers. Cyber Daily reported that 1.67 terabytes of data and 1.3 million files were released by Rashida, a ransomware gang. They're not a company, they're a gang of hoodlums. Honestly, there's no other word for it. You guys are scallywags. An absolute waste of space. If you guys have the power and the knowledge to get these files, put it to something productive. Why does everybody have to just go and be, if you have this type of power and this type of knowledge, go do something productive. Nobody asked for this. Nobody needs this. You guys could have made $2 million by being good people. If I'm keeping it a band, I'm keeping it real. If you guys have the skill to do that, imagine what a company would pay you to do something good with that. Don't be stupid. Don't be sorry. Be better. Exclusive. Data. Insomniac Games has made big hits such as Spider-Man 2 game that was nominated for Game of the Year at this year's Game Awards. We already know how that turned out. But look, the hacker group, which was profiled in a security threat report, announced on December 12th that it would auction the data for at least 50 Bitcoin, or roughly $2 million. Insomniac evidently did not pay. If you pay a gang, you know what exactly they're going to keep doing? They're going to keep coming for you because they know that you are susceptible. They know that you're right there, ready to get cooked, ready to pay up some big money that they can make easily, because they could easily say, oh, we have 1.67 terabytes of information and have more on the backside. They were going to sell a ton of information, and they did manage to sell some of it. Insomniac evidently did not pay, so the leak began today. It's reminiscent of a major hack that hit Sony's PlayStation Network back in 2011 and another one from 2014 against Sony Pictures. I've asked Sony for a comment. The leak includes level designs, character art, and internal company presentations on unannounced Insomniac games. Wolverine is reportedly due to ship at 2025 as a part of an X-Men trilogy. That's it. No more reading, guys. X-Men trilogy. Okay, I get it that you guys are trying to get money. 50 Bitcoin, so it's untraceable. I mean, I really don't know how untraceable it is. I'm not the biggest crypto powerhouse. But I'll tell you something. I do know that $2 million for something of this magnitude is almost worthless. If it's a group of 10 people, what do you guys get? 200,000 a piece? I can assure you that if you guys, and look, I'm not speaking theoretically, I'm speaking objectively. It's factual. Like I said, had you guys done anything good with the power that you have, you would have probably made this easy peasy lemon squeezy with the amount of time you guys probably dumped into getting to Insomniac games. But nonetheless, if this is their means to get money and this is the path they wish to follow, who am I to say? I'm just a guy on YouTube speaking my opinion. I can't speak on everybody and how they believe, but I tell you what, I don't think anybody should be doing this type of stuff, especially when it doesn't benefit anybody in the gaming hemisphere. Like I said, go for a company that's not producing quality games, that's just trying to steal your money and really just lying to the customers. That's the people you should go for. That's the people who will pay $2 million because they know that once the information gets leaked, their games are going to plummet. Not Insomniac Games. What are they going to do? Cancel the entire Wolverine because you leaked 1.67 terabytes of data? Come on. Oh, brother. That's shed nothing to their face. $2 million is probably what they were planning to make from the game, honestly. So, we read right here, Insomniac leaks also show that Sony pressured studio to lay off employees. So not only is Insomniac Games carrying Sony, I love Insomniac Games, and they are high, top tier quality. And no matter what anybody tells you, Santa Monica, Insomniac Games, and Square Enix have been producing some of the best games on PlayStation, and they will continue to do so for years unless Sony fumbles the bag by laying off a ton of people. Because I'm not even going to read this because I've already read it. But basically, this states that Sony was asking them to lay off 50 to 75 people. And then put people from Ratchet and Clank's crew to go onto Spider-Man, onto the Wolverine. They wanted them to stay in budget, which was $270 million. And Spider-Man 2 cost them a grand total of $300 million. Meaning that they would have to sell 7 million units in order to get it evened out and make a profit. No company wants that type of risk. They've already sold 5 million copies, and maybe, actually, in the past 2 weeks they've sold 5 million. And who's to say how many other sales have been unreported? Disc sales, maybe any codes that were bought. I'm not too sure. I don't know all the numbers. That's just how it works. We might get a report that 5 million copies were sold, but sometimes it's way more than that. Sometimes there's things that are bought that are just not documented as well. Honestly, the gaming company can't cover every single sale that is done. They can just take an average of how many players are on there, how many people are buying it. But what about the people that are offline, buy a disc? Maybe. Some games get stolen. You know what I'm saying? Some data gets stolen. I don't want to read too much into these because as I read, I was reading a lot of spoilers. Like I said, I'm going to leave these links down below so you can read them, but I don't want to spoil you guys on anything. I don't want you guys to be spoiled and then basically be lost. You know what I'm trying to say? Sorry guys, I'm repeating myself. I don't want you guys to look up anything, then get disappointed when you see it. I'm not the type of guy to want to ruin somebody's experience for the first time. Now, if you choose to do that on your own, by all means, do it at your own. Don't blame me. Here's another article talking about this. Again, Rashida tried to blackmail them for $2 million. It's all covered on there just to show you guys some leaks. But this is what is the most hideous thing about this leak. This is what is the most hideous thing about this leak. I'm not going to show any gameplay. I didn't watch this. I just skipped to the middle of it. And I know it's real. I know it's real. There is no question. There's no doubt about it. It's real. Every video of this caliber has gotten copyrighted, and if I do, I apologize, Insomniac Games. I did not intend to show any type of game. I just want to show you guys how nasty this is. The moment you type in Wolverine gameplay anywhere, you will find it. And curiosity kills the cat. People have been judging this game for absolutely no reason. It is not complete. It is test. It is a test. Guys, I probably am visually upset, because I am. I think it's ridiculous that Sony not only is pressuring Insomniac Games to push out these bangers, and they are working their tails off. They're basically like Mappa Studio of the gaming industry. Basically being slaves, because they're pushing games out fast like hotcakes. I don't understand why Sony wants them to lay off. They're your big money maker. Insomniac Games has been carrying the PlayStation. I'm not scared to say it. Sony has some great exclusive titles, but when it comes to the big dogs at PlayStation, Naughty Dog, Santa Monica, Insomniac Games, those are probably going to be the big ones that they release all the trailers for, and though you'll see all the bundles, unless it's a Call of Duty game, because that sells consoles too, and people want to play that game. So, not only did this gameplay come out, there's tons of it. It's not only 7 minutes like there's videos on YouTube. There's hours. There's full-on sessions of testing the combat. Sony, provide more protection for the studios that you cherish and the gamers are asking for their games. When you have a studio under your belt, support them. Don't say, they don't need us. They need to cut them back. They need to have less people working there. You know what, Sony? Even Xbox can get some of that smoke. The reason that your consoles, the only reason your consoles sell isn't because it's top quality hardware. If that was the case, everybody would just build a PC and spend a ton of money. Your consoles sell because your studios love the creations they are making. Not that Sony does, but that the studio making the game is trying to make an experience for the gamer. Protect your studio, up the privacy, up the locks, up everything after this hack. This gang that of hoodlums, like I said, scallywags, just hacking in there, stealing all that content, and then black marketing it off. Come on, dude. This is sad on not only the Rashida, but it's also a terrible play on Sony because it makes them look incompetent. Truly. Truly. With all that being said, guys, like I said, I'll leave a link down below, except to this video, in my description. If you guys want to read and potentially see any spoiled games, because there are some on there. And I don't want you guys to be disappointed. So do it at your own risk. Leave a like and subscribe and have a wonderful evening.